What's going on, karting fans? Welcome back to another weekend vlog from the Retro Kart Championship. We're currently on our way to Fulbeck, which is in Lincoln, sort of a bit to the east, sort of down that way. About 2 hours from home. It's not a bad run down here. So it's currently Friday night. We're just going to do Saturday, Sunday this weekend because it wasn't too far. Thought we'd just nip down. It's currently 5:30 on Friday evening. We hit a load of traffic earlier on, and I thought we'd better get some filming done because it is about to go dark, I think, now. These early nights. So yeah, Fulbeck for the Retro Kart Plate. If you've been following the vlog throughout the year, the championship's now finished. I ended up 4th overall in the Formula C class, which I'm happy with. I wish I'd done better, but you always wish you'd done better. I'm still happy with. We've had a good year. We've had some good fun. We've had some good laughs. So, and that's most of it to me. It's all about the taking part. Winning's a bonus. So we should be there in about 40 minutes. So it's probably going to be dark by the time we get there. So I'll check back in the morning. Hopefully it's dry. I've not even looked at the weather forecast, but hopefully it's dry. We've been in Fulbeck plenty of times, so we know around what gearing we should be on. Hopefully we'll get on it soon. We can find some pace early on this weekend, not like last time, and be competitive towards the O-Plate, because I think this is the biggest entry. I'm pretty sure there's like 14 drivers already entered. There might be some more by now, I've not looked, but the more the merrier. There's some new faces, there's some quick drivers from other class that are joining us for the first time, which is really exciting to see. Yeah, so hopefully we have a good weekend. I will see you in the morning. Well, good morning, karting fans. We're here. It's cold, but it's dry and it's sunny, but it's still cold. The land's really flat here. It's like a really cold part of the country. There's no hills to break up the wind or anything like that. I've just been to sign on. I'm going to quickly make some food now, get some fuel for our bodies for the day, and then we'll just fire the kart up. We don't really have much else to do. The kart's still, in one piece after Dunkswell a few weeks ago. So yeah, we'll just give it a once over, do a little bit of prep on it. Don't need too much, and then we'll get out there for practice and see how we settle in. Quite a lot of, I think there's 12, 13 that are going to be on the circuit. It's good. Like I say, a couple of new faces, so it'll be good to see out there and get out there and introduce them to the class. Yeah.
hit it and I hit it, and I thought you couldn't come and stop. And I was like,
So we haven't changed anything?
I thought we were going down on pressure.
Just let some air out. We'll have a look.
Gearbox lies, but you know when they went off.
Second before we go out.
Yeah, I think so, because when you went out, I know you were pushing for
So as you can see from the onboard, it was a little bit slippy on the track for the first session. It's still quite early in the morning, so a little bit greasy out there. Then based on how the kart felt in that one, it was a little bit in between gears through the corners, so we've done a few adjustments on the gearing to try and get a smoother drive through the corners. We've changed the width at the front end as well to try and get a smoother drive. Again, Saturday is all about trial and error. We try things, they might work, they might not. Then we've just prepped a different engine to put on to then also try that. So we're going to go in the next session, make sure we're happy with the gearing, make sure the engine's sound, so we've got at least one engine ready for race day tomorrow, and then if we're happy with that, then we can put the other engine on, try that, trial and error with that again, and then just repeat the process. So yeah, I've not really checked the pace yet. I just want to get a feel for where we're at with the kart and the setup, and then hopefully we can find a bit more pace throughout the day with a bit of luck. What's great is the weather's nice. You can see it's quite sunny. It is a bit cold, you know, we're in October now, so it is a bit cold. However, it is quite a bright day, so I don't think rain's forecast this weekend, so it should be dry through and through, which is good news. Don't want to be seeing them wet. So we'll get back to the helmet cam in just a sec for the next session, hopefully a bit smoother, and then we'll go from there and try the other engine later. So, second session seemed to be a lot better. The things that we changed worked. The different gearing worked. Almost typical I start recording an engine start firing up in the background. Sorry about the noise. Yeah, everything seems to go well, so we've put the other engine on now, we're going to try that. We're happy we've got something that works and he's sort of pretty much on the pace for tomorrow. And then we're going to try this and see how that goes. Just trial and error, like I said. So yeah, I've not really got much to report. I'm sorry that the video's not really that. Yeah, there's no drama. We're all good. We're happy. So I don't really have anything else to report. Hope you enjoy the onboard. You'll see me. I kind of cut a couple of people up out there. If anyone watches and I've cut you up and come through, sorry. I'm just trying to find some good pace and whatnot. So, and hopefully, you know, if someone's behind me and you're following me and watching my lines, hopefully I've helped you in some way. You know, I learn from others learn from me. That's how it all goes. That's racing. Yeah, so we'll go again soon. Go on. You okay?
You alright?
Yeah, all good. You okay?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I think we're alright. I managed to avoid collision. I did knock someone, but I don't think it's got any damage. Do you want to drive it in? Put the arm on, just drive it in. Lift it over there, look at the track.
Hang on.
Can we drive it round?
Yeah, if you can get it round and then go in, yeah? Is it okay? Not like Chris is, his is battered.
No, mine's alright.
We broke all his front axles.
Go on.
Has it got antifreeze in it?
I don't know, it's got something in it. It's bad, innit, that?
What's it? Ball? Ball?
Mick, just put the spillage. Just give it a push.
Push it the way around. Oh, is it just that?
Something's bent.
Squeaky?
No, something's bent.
What happened? Did you slip and go off the side?
Everyone slipped.
Yeah.
So as you can see, that session did not end well for multiple people. I kind of slid in backwards. We wasn't sure what the damage was at first. We thought it was the front right, but actually the problem lies here. So you can see the bent axle's actually bent. I actually hit someone here and the back axle's now bent, so not ideal. I've put a new axle in just when I was starting to sort of feel the rhythm. Yeah, just finding my rhythm with that engine. I ran it in for a few laps, you know, kept it smooth for a bit, and then yeah, disaster struck. Looks like somebody had a bit of a leakage in some shape or form. I seen a loose brake pipe out there, and so there you go. I said there was no drama. There's your drama for the day. New axle needed. Maybe we'll try straighten the one we've got. It's not that far gone. So yeah, hopefully we can get that done, and then get ready. Well, we've got dinner break now, so we've got a bit of time. we'll sort that out and we'll go again after break.
Yeah. All right.
Not as good.
No, it's not smooth.
No.
So you see, we've managed to finish that one in one piece, which was a bit better. However, we've just noticed another little bit of drama that we've had to fix. So if you look here, there's another snapping of the floor tray. So the floor tray against the chassis. We've already had one go further back here. So that's the second one to go, just here. So we've used our ingenuity to kind of create a new system. So you can see it here, it's like a cable tied through there to hold it up, to protect it against the floor basically. Hopefully that holds together. Yeah, so we've put the other engine back on from earlier this morning, and hopefully we can set a little bit of a quicker time now. I'll try and catch someone, try and follow someone and find a better line. We'll get the fresh tyres ready to go on tomorrow for race day. Yeah, and we'll go from there. So we'll go again to shoot.
you. All right.
Yeah?
Okay, so that concludes the sessions for the day. The pace is alright, the kart feels good, plenty of power, the weather's good, everything's good. New tyres tomorrow, hopefully we'll find a little bit more better time. So we're just going to go and watch a little bit of the, what class is going on? I think it's the 100, no it's not 100 nationals, 1Bs maybe. So, but if you know Rocket from previous videos, he's actually out on the track in this class. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a walk over now and see what's going on.
Can I have all Formula A? That is all Formula A to the dummy grid to get yourself gridded for your first heat. That is all Formula A to the dummy grid to get you gridded for your first heat. Thank you.
So Formula A getting ready, big class. Oh, Gimbal's having a moment. Don't know how many rolling laps they've got. Looks like they're still on rolling lap number 2, they're definitely not racing. How's it going? Good, man. Hopefully Rocket gets off to a good start here from the back row. We're racing. Oh, Rocky's had a good start. He's up into 3rd from the back row. Very nice. Just snuck into 2nd. We're chasing 1st now. Where is he? Oh, he's in front. Yeah. Go on, Rocket. Nicely done. Pulling away. Oh, someone's had an off. See a yellow flag. going. No, I can in editing. If I'm editing, I can, you know, pinpoint it, but. No, it's alright, isn't it? Come on, Rocket, let's bring it home. Only 2 laps to go. Looks like he's trying to catch him. One Rocket, pull it together. Come on! Don't let him through, don't let him through. Come on. Ooh, come on, Rocket, don't let him through. Nice. Oh, that was squeaky bum time for Rocket there. One more lap and that could have been disaster. I managed to bring it home, so we'll go and congratulate him in a minute. And that's pretty much it for today. We're probably going to go and have some food soon. There's a few more finals that we're going to probably might watch a couple more. But yeah, that's it for today. Rocket's got the first dub of the weekend, so we take that. Yeah, we'll go and tell him well done. We'll get some food and then we'll chill out for the evening, and then I'll be checking back in the morning. Good morning, Carters. So I'm currently cooking the thinnest bacon in the world.
It's that thin I can actually see through it. It's like paper. So yeah, just making sure the camp's fed. However, there's been a slight postponing of the day because it's actually foggy. So, and we can't go out until the fog's cleared because the marshal posts basically can't see each other. So they're on about scrapping the 3-lap morning transponder check, and we'll probably start the heats a little bit later than originally intended. So we'll probably get an extra lap on the warm up to facilitate the transponder check. So yeah, the morning hasn't really gone to plan for the organisers of the event. So yeah, I'll check back in after we've been out for the first heat.
Adam, you know we're going round the train, yeah? I'll just follow you. Both of them? No, not just the second one? Yeah. Can't see shit out there.
So there we go. Race 1's out of the way. We was first on the track. I want to say this morning, but it was not even the morning. It was 12:30. So we spent all morning waiting for the fog to clear. So as you can probably see from the visor cam, the conditions weren't great. It's foggy as hell. And yeah, I actually thought it was raining at one point, but I think it's just the dew in the air steaming up my visor. So I sort of slowed down, preempting a bit of slip under braking, but it was all right. So managed to secure the 4th there, which is not too bad. Hopefully the sky clears a bit for the next run. We're just the 125 Classics are out on the track now, so we're going to go and watch a little bit of that, see how they're getting on. Yeah, so hopefully the air clears a little bit as the day goes on, and yeah, we'll hopefully get a better run later. We're coming from the back on the next heat, so we can only go forward. I started on the front row there, so yeah, we'll check back in on the next run shortly after we've watched a bit of racing, and we'll go again. So as you can see, we had a slight technical there. As soon as we brought the car in, we noticed there was like a bit of an oil spill. You can still see some of it under here. Yeah, absolutely covered in oil. We've cleaned most of it off. So I don't know if one of the carts in front had a bit of a leakage or some sort of spillage somewhere. I'm not too sure, but it's not ideal. We're sort of chasing the back after that, and then managed to get past a couple of the guys, but ran out of time to sort of nowhere near going to catch the group anyway. So that was that one. The pace seemed to, we was having a quick chat there how we kind of got quicker towards the end, so maybe we'll go a bit higher on the pressures next time. Maybe we'll get a bit better grip earlier for some better driving. We made a couple of changes to the rear end with that last one to try and prevent the hopping. Seem to work. I've not even looked at my times, if I'm being honest. I better have a look. But all we need to do now is just prep for the final, and then go and do our bit in the old plate. Be nice to win, but based on how the day is going so far, I'm not holding my breath. So we'll catch you. I'll get back on the helmet cam in just a second when we'll be getting ready to go out for the main final. Should be a lot of people watching, which is always nice. Coming supporting the old plate. A lot of people I've not seen for a long time are here, so it's good to see them. Yeah, check back in a sec. Oh, cheers, bro.
Bring it home.
I will see what I can do.
Yeah, man. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
at the top?
Huh?
Did you see it on the track at the top?
Up there?
Yeah.
Dave Cameron came off, and then the yellow flagged it for a bit.
Okay, so we've just left the circuit. We're on our way home. 2 hours 15 home, 113 mile. It's going to be a lot longer than we thought about half an hour ago. So to break things down, a lot of people didn't finish the final. There was looked like a lot of problems going on out there, and we finished 4th in the people that were still running. And then after we finished 4th, there was some issues with people jump starting, and then we overheard that penalties were going to be given out, which we initially thought was going to push us onto the podium based on what we got told at the time. So we was kind of excited that we'd be coming home with a cup or a pot or whatever, or a podium's always a nice achievement to have. However, unfortunately, and trying to put emotions aside, because emotions do run high when it's that kind of stuff happening, you know, when you put as much effort in as you do to make it and take part. Yeah, we ended up with a jump start penalty, which, yeah, we're kind of, I guess, not happy with, because I genuinely didn't feel like I jumped the start at all in that final. I actually had a shocking start, if I'm being completely honest. I kind of ended up on the outside round the first corner, and yeah, I don't think I jump started, but other people's opinions differed, and I got a penalty for that. So a bit frustrating. We didn't make the podium. We take 4th place, but there's a lot of entries this week, and 4th place, you know, we can take it positively. It's a good result, and what's also good is we had no major issues with the kart this weekend. You know, we had the bent axle yesterday when there was the spillage on the track. There was actually another spillage in the final just now. A lot of people, if you watch the footage, you can see Dave in front of me, number 3. I was like chasing him for a few laps there, and he kind of lost traction going into the hairpin at the end of the main straight. And when I spoke to him after the race, he said he just turned in and got nothing, and then afterwards people were saying that there was spillages on the track, because I thought the tyres just turned off, but the tyres didn't turn off. Everybody was having the same issue. There was actually I think Adam, who was out in front, had a bit of an issue with coolant leaking from his car, so that was the cause of that. So we take the positives. The cart's in one piece, nothing's broken. You know, we've finished all day, even though we've only done 2 heats due to the foggy weather this morning. We didn't start till gone 12 o'clock, so it's been quite eventful. And I mentioned it on one of the earlier videos throughout this vlog about it. There's kind of not much going on, and then we kind of just cracking on with the day. That was just before we had the slip and bent the axle, and then today has been non-stop eventful, with the fog this morning, and then people having issues here, there and everywhere. A few of the new guys in the class, was really good to see them out there doing a bit. Martin, it's his first meeting in a Formula C, managed to get into the podium. He finished in front of me on mixed kart, if you know Mick from previous videos. So he's been out on mixed kart, and it's his first time, and he's got the podium, so really pleased for him. I know Pete watches the videos, so well done Pete on getting the O-plate. Drove well all weekend. I hope your back's alright after the accident, because I seen you go backwards when there was a slippage yesterday. You sort of like flipped out your car, so I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, congrats again to Lee Gadsby on winning the championship for the year. Unfortunate about what happened in the final. You know, the same thing affected me. Yeah, because you know you were from the back and got to the front, so unfortunate for that. Yeah, and well done to everyone else involved. And I know we're kind of wrapping the year up now, so that's probably it for this year on the vlogs, because that was the last race meeting of the year. If I do any practice days over the winter, I'll vlog some more. So my dad don't watch these, but I've got to thank my dad, because he does 90% of the kart weekend. He does all the prep and all that stuff. I pretty much just get in the thing, drive it, tell him the problem, and we kind of fix it as a team. Thanks to Chris for helping out all year and being behind the camera and stuff. And yeah, all the other guys, Mick, who's always helpful. Mick was here this weekend helping us, lending Martin his car and just being around. So yeah, thanks to everyone who helps. Thanks to everyone who's watched throughout the year. Thanks for any support. I'll try and keep going. A lot of you guys come up to me at the track and say, oh, are you doing the videos, are you doing your filming? And it's nice to see that people recognise it and appreciate it. You know, I'm trying to just show what we do and how great retro karting is, and how great the Formula C class is. Yeah, so signing out. Thank you all for tuning in all year, and I'll see you next time. Peace.